Thanks for tuning into the NBA here on 2K Sports. Friday Hoops Fest coming up next. It's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Golden State Warriors. And without any further ado, let's head to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew at the arena. I'll be back at halftime.
And we see a while ago the Warriors getting prepared for the task at hand. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. Along with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. A quick check now for starting five for both teams. First for San Antonio. And then for the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry's out there with Klay Thompson. And it's Green in at the four-man position.
You know, it's very rare that you're going to be able to make the playoffs in the West without coming out with a winning record against the rest of the conference. And the Warriors knew that would be important in their quest for the playoffs, and they handled business against the West.
And the Spurs start out with the ball. Here's Graham. Johnson with a screen on Curry. And that basket's going to count, folks. Gets the goaltending call right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Can you hear the crowd kind of murmuring? I don't think they agreed with the officials on that one.
Steve, I tell you what, they're really letting them have it.
Green, defended by Sohan. Green kicks to Curry. Three-pointer. Cannot hit. Passes it to Wembanyama. He feeds it to Graham. There's the pass to Wembanyama. He kicks it to Johnson. Clock at 6. The dish now to Graham. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Graham's got 5 points so far.
The thing you notice right off the bat from the statistics, just his three-point percentage. I mean, it's a terrific number, and it's a combination of things. Good shot selection, his mechanics is solid, and his movement on the perimeter is outstanding.
And something else he does is he's great off the dribble. He can take it to the rack or pull up. So as a defender, you don't know how to play it.
San Antonio with the ball. After the three-pointer from Stephen Curry. Throws it down despite the man right in his face. A chance here for a three-point play.
He is so fast. I don't know how you stop him when he's coming right at you like that.
Well, and for the Warriors who fought so hard to get back into the playoffs, last year their 28-24 record against the rest of the West really helped their cause, Steve.
Well, the toughest part of the Warriors' last campaign was a rough stretch of games in February where they dropped off a bit in the race. And, you know, a lot of those games were against Western teams. And if you kind of remove that month, their in-conference record is even more impressive.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. It's a 5-point game. To the paint, it's tipped. Out to Thompson. Some nice passing by Golden State. Too open that time. Made it look too easy. Curry's got 5.
That bounce pass got him the ball in rhythm. Nice play.
And Doris Burke caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. Doris?
One player that he's talked to his guys a lot about is Stephen Curry. He said Curry's one of the premier shooters in the game, and he's got that quick trigger. We really have to be tight to him, get physical, and try to get him on his heels as much as possible. Guys, Curry is an excellent free throw shooter. We'll see if they can do that without fouling him.
Thanks again, Doris. Here's Thompson. After the made shot from Wembanyama.
The defense got away with a major lapse there.
Pass to Wembanyama. Vassell passes it to Sohan. No one near him. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Their offense already flowing. Some stellar shooting while jumping out to this lead.
Well, high-quality shots, and they've been on target with them.
No good from Wiggins.
A dramatic improvement for the San Antonio Spurs defensively last season, guys. Coach Pop had suggested that they might have gotten too old to be an elite defensive team anymore, but that wasn't the case. I think he challenged them a little bit, and they raised the bar of their defensive performance.
Thompson. Shot. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. And there's the feed to Graham. Johnson outside. He passes it to Wembanyama. 14 feet away. Line shot. No good. And Clark, you mentioned the defensive improvement of the Spurs. Going into last season, their stat gurus told them they needed to focus even more on contesting shots, even if that meant committing more fouls or allowing more offensive rebounds.
Well, that's exactly what they did, Kevin. They gave up a few more offensive rebounds, fouled slightly more than they had the prior season, but they were better in terms of shot blocks, steals, and they held their opponents to a lower field goal percentage. So a great example of getting an edge from advanced stats.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first. Got that bucket in no time at all.
Tough assignment for that defender with the size mismatch we're seeing.
Yeah, I just don't think he's big enough to handle it.
Paul with the ball. Jones covering. Shoots. Paul's shot is off.
You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Pass to Jones. Here's McDermott. Rhino covered by Peyton. Just 5 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Powell, the follow-up jam.
Those are exactly the kind of hustle plays that can really spark a team. That's solid work down in the paint area.
To the middle. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Rhino. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
Just seems like they've been a step slow here.
Hit me, I'm open.
Paul gets a screen from Peyton. The pass to Sarge. Pulls up on the wing. Gets it to go. Sarge has got his first basket. And so the first quarter is in the books. Spurs lead by 9. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Spurs?
And right from the start, guys, it's apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
And a chance here to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Gentlemen, for Jeremy Lin, 2 seasons ago, it was one of the most abrupt ascents into stardom the league has ever seen. For Lin, though, it wasn't all roses. He said, quote, "I saw how fame changed how people looked at me, and I hated it. I went into a shell. But over time, I was able to get a better perspective." He said, quote, "I won't let any of my friends become a fan. They can support me, but they can't treat me differently than they would treat someone else. And guys, now on a new team, Lin might just be happier now that the hoopla has settled a bit.
Well, Doris, that fan passion can cut both ways. Sometimes you have to take the good with the bad.
The Spurs would end up as the second seed in the West and were right in the hunt for being the top seed for the majority of last season. But one reason they fell short was that they just weren't as good as they needed to be during in-conference games.
San Antonio making a switch here. Warriors trail by 9. Joseph off a pick from Moody. Going back to the Spurs, they did well against the West, but Steve didn't come close to matching the win totals of every other top team in the West.
Yeah, they would end the season with a 33-19 conference record, which, you know, is pretty good, but still only 5th best in the West. It shows you how strong the Western Conference was a year ago, particularly at the top.
Well, that's a solidly executed pick play. I mean, it paid dividends with that nice dunk.
Exactly the result they were looking for.
Yeah, it worked so well. I mean, he got set and did not shuffle his feet. Really well done there offensively.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. And here's Jones. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Astic Sissoko. Warriors with the rebound. Now here's Paul. Paul gets a screen from Moody. Takes a three. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. Astic Sissoko. Collins. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Reina. Defended by Joseph. There's the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Number 92. And he banks in the layup.
Nice pass. He got the ball right into his teammate's shooting pocket. On time and on target.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
And I think he believes that if he takes some time here to kind of talk things over, it'll be well served for this club.
And, you know, maybe this gives him an opportunity to toy around with some of their game plan while he has their attention during this break in the action.
And the Warriors making a change here. Ball's knocked loose. Kicks to Joseph. Smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Beautiful finger roll to cap that drive off. He knows how to finish with some flair and flavor, guys.
Astic Sissoko. He dishes it to Collins. Here's Sissoko from deep. Good on the shot.
You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
Pass to Moody. Lets it go with the three. No good. And the Spurs going the other way now. Right side Jones. Reina. The shot is off. Warriors trail by 9. Ball left side. Lets it fly. Off the left rim and out.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Now, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and it's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
And that is good. He's got 5.
They brought up their three-point percentage this quarter. They're shooting it well right now. The defense may need to think about making some kind of adjustment to slow that down.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Gentlemen, last year, Greg Popovich received a $250,000 fine from the league for sitting out his starters in that game against Miami. They cracked down, but it wasn't the first time he rested his top players on a back-to-back. Pop explained the philosophy this way, saying, quote, "We're making a wiser decision and not a macho decision. It's about health and safety of players so that we have a shot at the end of the year. If I was taking my son or daughter to the game, I'd be disappointed. So I understand that perspective. Hopefully, they'll understand my perspective. My priority is the basketball team and what is best for it. Guys, it's always a balancing act.
It certainly is. Thank you, Doris. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, you have to be so careful when you have the ball around him because he's got quick hands, really strong hands. And he has a knack for blocking shots, stripping players on the way up as they go up for lay-ins. So you just got to always know where he is on the floor.
And, you know, he's also a tough finisher, Steve. There's very little a defender can do if he gets to within arm's length of the basket.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. We've got 1:23 left to play in the first half. Curry passes to Green. Wiggins pulls up, releases from the wing and drills it.
He's so reliable. You know, his offense seems to be consistently there for this team.
Graham with the ball. He has 5. Pass to Sohan. Tries a 3. Can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 9. There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. Offensive rebound. Looney. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
The Warriors shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Well, this was a very consistent free throw shooting team a year ago. They shot about 79%.
You know, Kevin, they would love to post a similar percentage again this season. I mean, I think that's safe to say they'd love to shoot free throws as well as they did a year ago.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
Feeds to Graham. He passes to Sohan. Graham for the 3. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Green with the ball. Now guarded by Sohan. Dishes it to Curry. Now the pass to Wiggins. He feeds it to Thompson. 5 to shoot. Shoots from 12. Blocked. Here's Graham. And it's not going to go. And so that's the end of the first half. It's the Spurs leading by 7. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
And it's been a great game out in Oakland. Thanks for joining us. San Antonio on top against Golden State. They've gotten a tremendous boost from their reserves, going to them early in the game for production. And the Warriors are still in it and going all out. They've been putting a lot of defensive pressure on the other team, taking care of the rock offensively. Fundamental basketball, both sides of the court. Stephen Curry's been productive, and they love the output they've gotten from Klay Thompson, too. Now let's head back out to the start of the second half. Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke take it away.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
A view of the Bay Bridge spanning from San Francisco over to the East Bay and Oakland. You have to like what we've seen so far from Collins.
I like that he didn't force anything in that first half. His decision-making was really flawless.
That being the case, Steve, I think they want him to be more assertive in the second half. Look to take more shots. Be a little more shot hungry, even the tough ones.
Outside, Green. Here's Wiggins. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's his first trip to the line.
At the line for 2.
And the first one drops. Both free throws good from Wiggins. Here's Graham. He kicks it to Johnson. Rejected by Wiggins. Thompson left side. Pass to Wiggins. Into Green. And the layup's good off the glass. Green's got his first 2 points.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
That's what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. More of the same. Get it inside.
Now here's Johnson. Graham. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Well, that's an aggressive play, trying to get that rebound. Maybe a little too aggressive.
And it was totally unnecessary, Steve. He was in no position to get to that ball. He should have just conceded.
Inside, got a piece of it.
Well, great job preventing that ball from getting into the post. Might have been an easy 2 if he doesn't make that steal.
Warriors trail by 3. Johnson outside. Passes to Sohan. The dish to Graham. Gets a very good look and converts. Graham's got 7 points in the game. Timeout called the Warriors. And it's the Warriors with the ball, trailing by 5. Wiggins is guarded by Johnson. Here's Green, and Draymond Green picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's the way you play defense. He saw the hop step a mile away and got in the path to disrupt it.
Third quarter of basketball, we're about a minute and a half in. Now Graham, 7 points in the game. Wembanyama misses the fadeaway jumper.
Still a bit chilly from the field at the start of this third quarter. 1 of 4 so far.
The feed now to Green. Golden State moving the ball around and taken away by Johnson. Nvidia, the pass to Graham. From downtown, offensive rebound, Spurs.
I like the defense, guys. Really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was a tough one.
Looney, defended by Wembanyama. Thompson inside the line. That's good on the jump shot. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now.
You know, it's funny, you look at the Golden State Warriors, they've had the 3rd best home court advantage in the league over the last decade or so. Only the Rocky Mountain teams, Denver and Utah, were better. At Oracle, it's not the altitude, it's the crowd. One of the best in all of the NBA.
The Spurs making a switch here. Graham, the pass to Sohan. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Johnson right side. It's stolen by Green. And now it's Green running. He can go all the way. Hammers it home to polish off the base.
Textbook example there how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
The Spurs making a switch here. And so here is Golden State. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And Sarge kicks to Payton. Pass to Curry. He dishes it to Thompson. Green, the screen. They get it back. Here's Sarge. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And the defense looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Yeah, I like that. A foul to save the layup. Make him earn it at the line.
The Warriors have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
The Spurs have always been very mindful of resting key players during the regular season. Some of it has to do with age of their players. Some of it is regarding talent because they knew they were a playoff team most years. And you look at the research, there is something to be said for not playing guys when they're fatigued because injuries are more likely if you play tired.
And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. And back to the Spurs and their strategy of resting their star players, not without some controversy. The NBA, as you may recall, fined the Spurs and Coach Popovich for sitting all their starting players for a nationally televised game back in November.
Well, it was their 4th game in 5 nights, and Pop wanted to rest some of their guys because of just the nature of their schedule. But I think the problem was he didn't give the league advance warning. In that game against Miami, when he rested those 3 players, he actually sent them home. And I think that was a little shot at the league. And that's why there was a problem, and that's why the Spurs and Popovich ended up getting fined.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Hey, look at the terrific outside shooting for the Golden State Warriors. That's where the league is going, it would seem. You know, spread the floor, penetrate and kick. And so tough to guard anyone with that kind of floor spacing, with the Warriors in particular with those magical 3-point shooters.
San Antonio making a switch here. .106 left to play in the third. Kicks it to Graham. To halt the run. Gets it to go. Graham's got 5 points in the quarter. Well, going back to the value of long-range shooting, the new defensive philosophies teams have put into place in recent years, Clark, they've really put a premium on it.
No question about it. I mean, you think about how teams defend. They load up on the strong side of the floor to deter drives and post-ups, trying to have guys in the gaps and in the lane, and that creates opportunities for the 3-point shot, and the Warriors took full advantage of that.
You love talking about this stuff, the X's and O's.
They're always fun.
I know it. Johnson from outside. The Warriors pull it in, and here's Golden State. They're on a 16-5 run here. And a fast break now for the Spurs. We've got 22 seconds left in the third. Feeds it to Curry. The pass to Wiggins. 1 second left. With the putback. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Warriors lead by 2. We'll get right back to the action. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Warriors.
Well, the great passing we saw in the first half has carried right over into the second.
You know, they've also been very good from the free throw line. I mean, that's been a very important part of what they've done today.
Sohan passes to Collins. The jump hook, and that one's good. Collins has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for San Antonio. Dishes it to Thompson. Paul. Fires from the wing. And right through it goes. And the Warriors lead by 2.
He's gutsy. That's what I really respect about him. It seems like the more pressure there is, the more he enjoys the moment. So he is the guy you want taking the big shot at the end of a game.
And his attitude, Steve, just his general poise and presence is something else you notice about him. He's really a calming influence over that team.
Here's Wiggins. Sinks the three-pointer. And it's a 5-point Warrior lead.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
Agreed, Clark. They poured in 3 of the last 5 baskets on pretty open looks behind the arc.
San Antonio with the ball. Sohan passes to Graham. Shot clock at 5. From deep. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Wiggins. He's guarded by Collins. Paul outside. He feeds it to Thompson. Back to Paul. Shoots the 3. Collins grabs the miss. Spurs trail by 5. Johnson outside. Pass to Sohan. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. No good off the front iron.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Here's Wiggins. Paul. Graham defending. Thompson outside. He passes to Wiggins. Paul. Paul can't get that one to fall.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through. You know, the first thought from the defense there was to protect the rim, so that's why he was open for that transition 3.
Timeout called the Warriors. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, during that last break, I heard the Warriors coach as he addressed his team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. They get a hand on it. Here's Collins. It's good. This game is all even. Warriors have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Outside, Green. Paul. He kicks to Thompson. Passes it to Wiggins. Shot clock at 6. Here's Thompson. No good from outside. Sohan passes to Graham. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And the Spurs making a change here. A minute 42 left in the 4th quarter. Outside Curry. Fires it up. And the Warriors miss again. Spurs have gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And the pass is so high. Back to Johnson. There's the dish to Graham. It's Wembanyama. That puts them in the lead.
Good defense, but you gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
Timeout called the Warriors. They're losing by 2. There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter. Here's Curry. Now the feed to Thompson. Pass to Wiggins. He dishes it to Curry. Wiggins. Just 5 to shoot. And again, no good by Golden State. The Spurs have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Kicks to Graham. He passes to Sohan. Feeds it to Johnson. Johnson right side. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
So they had a foul to give, but they couldn't get it done before that shot attempt.
Yeah, and giving up free throws isn't ideal here, Steve. You know that, but at least they got the clock stopped.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
No room for mistakes right now.
Pass to Curry. Shot to end this full run. Another miss by Curry. And an intentional foul right there.
Smart foul there. You got to try to extend the game.
Yeah, it's still close, but they're fighting that clock as much as the score right now.
Cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. That's good. Going 1 of 2 from the line, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Timeout called the Warriors. They're down by 4. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, they're drawing up the only thing they can here. You just get off a quick one and then go ahead and foul.
I think free throws are going to be front and center the rest of the way here.
There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. This is to Thompson. Looking to end the run. Money! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Huge points. That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. And that will put them up by 2. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 3-point game.
And the free throws make things a lot more simple for them. Now you just have to guard against the three-pointer.
Count it! Oh, that was an enormous three-pointer. Time call here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. The score knotted at 49. 6 seconds left to play in the final quarter. 6 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, the effort was there, but he just couldn't quite fight his way through traffic.
Regulation is ended, and we're heading to overtime. It's the And what great competition we're seeing so far. After 4 quarters, a stalemate. And we'll see now how these two teams and these few minutes of basketball pan out. And so it's San Antonio with it. Here's Sohan. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Outside Curry. He feeds it to Thompson to take the lead. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got the first basket here in overtime for the Warriors. Spurs trail by 3. He kicks to Green. Passes it to Sohan. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Yeah, that's smart basketball. You foul and you send a very poor free throw shooter to the line.
Yeah, I think that's just smart. I mean, especially the way he's been throwing it down. Make him earn it at the strike.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second.
They'd have loved to cut it to 1 there, but they're still in decent shape if they can get a stop.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
And the first one at the line is good. All free throws good from Wiggins. And here is Graham. Overtime still getting started here, just about a minute in. Gets it to go. Now here's Curry. And there's the pass for Thompson. Wiggins fires the 3. It's rebounded by Sohan.
Defense didn't give him any space there.
Nvidia, the pass to Graham. Well, overtime basketball, a minute and a half played so far. It's Wembanyama. It's rebounded by Golden State.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Outside Curry. There's the triple. Rebound San Antonio. Suleiman's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Wembanyama. That's good. And a big play there to mute the crowd.
Yeah, that one kind of took all of the life out of them there, Kevin.
Kind of quieted the voices in here, didn't it?
And so it's Golden State with it. Here's Curry with the 3. That's good. And the Warriors lead by 3.
It's 12 straight points coming off 3 quarters. I mean, somebody do something defensively.
Well, I agree with you. I mean, who's going to step up? I mean, they're rolling out there now, so you got to get in their chest, make them uncomfortable, and try to deny those looks.
And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here. It's Wembanyama. And it's good. Fought through contact, gets the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Good job there, recognizing the mismatch and then just going straight up with the shot. He's got a major height advantage.
He sinks the clutch free throw.
He just has such a great rhythm at the line, whether it's with a big lead in the first quarter or with the game hanging in the balance like it is now.
Now, here's Thompson. Nails it!
And my goodness, that one got him going.
Did it ever? They're on cloud now.
What an atmosphere in here. This is incredible.
Here's Graham. Tipped. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
That's his second personal foul, second team foul.
The Warriors shooting 47%, pretty solid. And they go to the intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a three-point lead. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And they need to stop the clock, so there's a foul.
Two shots.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he gets them both, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
And they've got to score quickly.
Yeah, no time to waste at all.
And now we've got the intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
This definitely wasn't the way they envisioned overtime working out.
Johnson for 3. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. An impressive victory in overtime after an exciting end in regulation.
You know what? In a long game, fatigue can sometimes affect every aspect of play. They didn't look tired at all to me.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And now we present the Jordan Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.